Do you think the person that the you of then was on a path of self-destruction?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah. It would have been no bueno. It was bad. I don't know if I'd be alive, for sure. It was dark. So I'm very, very grateful to have influences in my life that have played a huge part in me seeing their relationship with Jesus and their relationship with their wives and their relationship with their kids and saying, that's what I want. But I want to definitely tell my story so that if that resonates to anybody, that they can hopefully learn from it.
I mean, I'm 15, you could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Now that...
Justin Bieber's recent behavior has fans sounding the alarm, again. He's been spiraling in ways that are hard to ignore. Erratic public appearances, worrying photos, rumors of drug use, and a vacant look in his eyes that wasn't there before. And now that Diddy has been arrested and accused of running a twisted empire behind the scenes, people are starting to connect the dots. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. Justin was once the golden boy of pop, but behind the fame, there was a darker reality. He was just a teenager when he started hanging around big names in the industry, including Diddy, who publicly called himself a mentor. At the time, it seemed like a regular celebrity connection. But now, in light of the horrifying allegations surrounding Diddy's private parties, that connection looks different, disturbing even. Sources close to Justin say he kept a lot hidden. He never talked about what really happened at those parties, but he carried the weight. The pressure to stay silent. The trauma of what he may have witnessed or endured. It didn't go away. And now that Diddy's dark empire is being exposed, it's like old wounds are ripping open. Justin is reportedly struggling with flashbacks, guilt, and memories he tried to bury. He's not just spiraling randomly, he's unraveling from years of suppressed pain. And while the world focuses on headlines and memes, those close to him say he's barely holding it together. Back in 2014, Justin Bieber was being called everything from out of control to a train wreck. The world watched as the once squeaky clean teen idol spiraled into a phase of reckless partying, run-ins with the law, and viral meltdowns. Headlines labeled him a rebel. Fans walked away. The media dragged him through the mud. It seemed like everyone had made up their minds about who he was, a spoiled kid who let fame get to his head. But now, in light of the disturbing allegations and serious charges being brought against Sean Diddy Combs, people are starting to look at Justin's past with a fresh set of eyes, especially when you realize just how close he was to Diddy during some of his most vulnerable years. It's unsettling to think about. Justin was just a kid when he was suddenly thrown into the world of mega celebrities. After being discovered on YouTube in 2008 at only 14 years old, he signed with Usher and Scooter Braun and became an overnight sensation. But it wasn't just teen stardom he was walking into. It was also a world filled with powerful men, big egos, and secrets no one talks about. Among those powerful men was Diddy, who publicly mentored Justin and brought him into his circle when he was still incredibly young. At the time, it just looked like a major artist taking a rising star under his wing. But now, with the disturbing truths coming to light about what might have been happening at Diddy's infamous parties, stories of manipulation, control, and abuse, that relationship is raising serious red flags for fans who once brushed it off. And it makes you pause for a second. Were we too quick to judge? Were the breakdowns, the acting out, and the chaos just symptoms of something deeper, something darker? It's heartbreaking to consider that Justin might have been carrying trauma all along, masked by tattoos, paparazzi chases, and viral headlines. We saw a young superstar spiraling, but maybe what we missed was a young boy trying to cope with a world that chewed him up and didn't care what it left behind. Lately, old videos of Justin Bieber and P. Diddy have been making the rounds on social media again, and not in a nostalgic way. With all the recent allegations against Diddy coming to light, fans are going back and rewatching moments from Justin's early career. And honestly, some of it is just hard to watch now. One clip in particular is raising a lot of eyebrows and a lot of concern. The video shows a young Justin, barely 15 years old at the time, spending time with Diddy. In the clip, Diddy looks directly at the camera and talks about their plans. He's having 48 hours with Diddy. Where we hanging out and what we're doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He even jokes that he has custody of Justin, saying, "I don't really have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me, and we're gonna go buck fool crazy." That footage is still up on Justin's old YouTube channel, a relic of a time when no one thought to question how odd that whole setup really was. But now, with everything that's been revealed about Diddy's alleged behavior, people are starting to connect the dots. Fans are pointing out how strange, and downright inappropriate, it was for a grown man, especially one with that level of power in the industry, to be making those kinds of comments about a child. It's even more disturbing when you remember that Justin was in the middle of his rise to global stardom. He was still just a kid, but already surrounded by adults who saw him as a product, not a person. And while this clip might have seemed like playful mentorship back then, today it reads very differently. Fans are now wondering what those undisclosed 48 hours really involved, and whether Justin had to deal with things no teenager ever should. Some fans are also going back and analyzing Justin's songs and interviews from that era, trying to figure out what he might have been silently expressing through his music. Looking back, his emotional instability, his wild public behavior, and even his lyrics seem to carry a much heavier weight. If this is what was happening behind the scenes, it's no wonder he spiraled the way he did. It's not just one clip that has people raising their eyebrows. There are several resurfaced moments from Justin Bieber's early years that feel way more disturbing now than they ever did back then. One particularly unsettling video shows Diddy handing Justin a bottle at a party, supposedly for his birthday. In the clip, Justin kneels down and takes a drink from it while a woman cheers loudly in the background, yelling, "Happy birthday, Justin!" At first glance, it might have seemed like harmless birthday fun, but when you really think about it, it's a grown man giving a teenager a bottle and celebrating in a very adult, very uncomfortable setting. It doesn't look right, and now it really doesn't feel right. But that's not even the worst of it. Fans have also dug up an old episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians from 2014 that's now getting renewed attention. In it, Khloe Kardashian casually mentions going to one of the infamous naked parties. She doesn't go into a lot of detail. It's just a passing comment. But what's chilling is that she mentions both Justin and Diddy in the same breath. Back in 2014, that probably flew right over everyone's heads. But now, knowing what's being said about Diddy and the parties he allegedly hosted, Khloe's remark suddenly feels like a breadcrumb in a much bigger, darker trail. "I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Well, this party, I think half the people there were butt naked," she tells sister Courtney before revealing she was hanging out with a bunch of friends and listing off Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber. Years after that infamous 48 hours with Diddy clip, another video surfaced that paints a very different picture of Justin Bieber's dynamic with the music mogul, one that feels stiff, guarded, and a little uncomfortable. In this more recent clip, Justin and Diddy cross paths at an event. They shake hands, and Justin gives a quick, polite answer when Diddy asks how he's doing. "I'm all good. It should have ended there." But Diddy, clearly wanting more, presses again with a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. "Everything's good," selling out arenas and everything. And then, almost out of nowhere, Diddy adds a pointed line that now feels heavy with context. "Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out." At the time, maybe it flew under the radar, just a throwaway comment from a mentor teasing his former protege. But in 2025, with the walls closing in around Diddy as lawsuits and federal charges stack up, this clip has taken on a darker meaning. Fans now see a young man trying to keep things cordial, maybe even trying not to make a scene, while also maintaining distance from someone he no longer trusts.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Lately, a mysterious soundbite has been making the rounds on TikTok, a haunting clip that sounds eerily like Justin Bieber singing about the dark side of fame. The lyrics go, "Lost myself at a Diddy party. I was in it for a new Ferrari, but it cost me way more than my soul." The tone is raw, vulnerable, and brutally honest. And while fans initially thought it was a secret, unreleased track, it turns out there's no trace of it in Justin's discography. Now, many believe the clip was AI generated. Still, the fact that it resonated so deeply with people says a lot. Why? Because it feels like something Justin would say. Fans aren't just connecting with the lyrics, they're connecting it to everything that's been going on. From Diddy's shocking legal troubles to resurfaced footage of a young Bieber in uncomfortable situations, the timing of this AI clip has only fueled the speculation that maybe there's more Justin hasn't said out loud. Even more chilling, when you go back and listen to Justin's real music, like his 2021 track Lonely, the signs were already there. In the song, he sings, "Everybody saw me sick, and it felt like no one gave a but they criticized the things I did as an idiot kid, and now people are hearing that line with fresh ears. Back then, it just sounded like teen angst, but now it sounds like a cry for help from someone who was actually struggling behind the scenes, someone who might have gone through things he was too scared or ashamed to talk about publicly. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.